It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, thanks for taking time to join us. Appreciate it. Man, what a busy time of year. Golf championships coming up at Prairie View. Soccer starts on Monday. Volleyball pairing show on Sunday. And week number 7 of high school football. What a busy weekend for everyone.
Yeah, it's really been a great fall, Coach. And, it's, things are coming. It's fun to get out and watch these student athletes. They've been obviously started way back in the summer,
right?
Developing their skill set with their coaches, and this is a time of year where you hope all that extra work pays off a little bit, and it's really exciting. And the golf tournament this weekend is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a record setter. We've already had some tournament records set on the way through the sectional round and the way to get to the state finals. And another thing that we kick off this weekend is our unified flag football, and that starts across the state this weekend. That's an incredible program that we have where, we have traditional student athletes pair with other teammates from their school that have an intellectual disability, and they compete together as one, and it's really a phenomenal program, and we'll be celebrating the state championship in that sport here real soon.
I think the phenomenal part about unified flag football going back is it was a student-driven initiative. They took it upon themselves to begin the process to get this recognized as an IHSA sport, and it was a groundswell of support amongst kids around the state of Indiana to do this, which I think I admire their resolve and their perseverance and how they went about making this happen.
Yeah, they did a phenomenal job, and I was around when that originally got started, and it was and Commissioner Cox at the time challenged students to bring something to the table that they could do with our student advisory committee, 19 kids from around the state, and this is what they came up with. And then what's cool, it's become a national model. There's many states that have developed a unified program over the years now, and we continually see growth, and again, it's great. And everybody says, the one thing it does, it changes the culture of your schools, and it allows students that didn't get to eat at the so-called cool kids table during lunch, and now they're all together, and it's just been a phenomenal addition to the sport offerings that we have.
All right, week 7 of high school football, and then on the 12th of October, the pairing show for the upcoming state championship. I can't believe we're at that point of the year.
It is. It's here, and let's go. That's kind of the theme. Let's go. It's going to be. First of all, I look forward to the pairing show. It's an opportunity to learn some things about high school football with our talented team of experts. You're certainly the lead of that, Coach, and again, it's fun to celebrate the students' the athlete successes. And there's not a pairing show for the AAU tournament coming up, and there's not a pairing show for a lot of other things.
Right.
But there is for high school athletics that are education-based, and we want to make sure we protect this along the way.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA. It's Paul Neidig. Our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. We always remind you, go out, buy a ticket. I remind you to buy 2 instead of 1. Make your contribution on a daily and weekly basis to help fund our athletic programs for our student athletes around the state. Commissioner, have a great weekend. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Coach. I look forward to our weekly conversations.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Trojan Trench for tonight's contest between the South Bend Career Academy Blazers and your Triton Trojans Big Blue Slam. On behalf of the Triton community and the entire staff and student body of Triton Junior Senior High School, we welcome Career Academy as our guest at tonight's contest. We ask that all fans and players demonstrate an attitude of good sportsmanship throughout today's contest. Your cooperation and positive support is greatly appreciated. Please rise, and gentlemen, kindly remove your hats as we play the national anthem. Sung by our very own Jillian Bulis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good job.
Now, let's introduce the starting lineups. First, for the visitors. Number 1, Helena Mendez. Number 4, Zion Taylor. Number 5, Olivia Cooper. Number 6, Jaslyn Pete. Number 8, Layla Haynes. Number 10, Heaven Kohlberg. And your libero, number 30, Chloe Wilds. Your Lady Trailblazers are coached by Jacinda Unger. And now for your Triton Trojans Big Blue Slam. Number 4, Sierra Hawley. Number 5, Clara Dahl. Number 7, Emily Meadway. Number 8, Anna Ardilla. Number 9, Avery Veers. Number 15, Kanurat Benchenuat. And your libero, number 6, Lydia Hammond. The Lady Trojans are coached by Derek Eveland. The officials for tonight's contest are Christina Massa and Steve McCletchy.
All right, welcome everyone here to the Terrace, the Trojan Trench. I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me here tonight, we got Caitlin and Caden, and as always, the Hall of Famer Orion Lim. They're here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSA Champions Network as we get ready for senior night here tonight in the Trojan Trench, as these players will play for the final time as volleyball players here on this floor this evening as they take on the South Bend Career Academy Trailblazers as they will get set here. Triton, of course, in their home, or in their white uniforms with blue numerals. And the Trailblazers wearing a gradient orange and blue jersey, numbers in orange, outlined in white. And, of course, our uniform sponsors for you tonight. Uniform description is brought to you by Bourbon Mini Storage. It's been a warm week, so and your lawn and patio furniture are still sitting outside. but cooler weather is on its way. Instead of stuffing it onto your garage and losing space, rent a storage unit today. We've got sizes from 5x10s all the way up to 10x30. Call Bourbon Mini Storage at 574-342-2955. So the Trailblazers will start with the volleyball. They'll serve it away. Back to serve for them will be Jaslyn Pete. Can you be proud I read it?
Oh, you did?
I did. I'm going to make sure I do that from now on now. I'm going to rehearse that and memorize it.
So you get bored in the combine, you type that up?
I told him I wanted it Friday.
Oh.
I need to flow a little bit better, but it's okay. We'll get there. So Triton will get settled in. Pete now gets ready to send it away. And this final home game of the regular season is underway. Ardea on the return. Dahl pushing up to the near side to Sierra Hawley, who tips it down. Trailblazers dialing it up. Taylor from across the way, stopped by Ardea. Baker goes to Sierra Hawley. Has an opportunity now for the Trailblazers. Back on over to Taylor, and she can't quite get that one to clear the net, and Triton will get the opening point. Good defense by Ardea back there in several digs to keep the ball alive. KB's going to be on the front line with Meadway and Sierra Hawley. Baker and Clara Dahl, who's back to serve in the back row for the Trojans. And that one, an unfortunate serving error as Triton will give it back over. Back to serve be Olivia Cooper. Very talented passer for this Trailblazers team, leading the team in assists this season. Jacinda Unger, the head coach, giving the signals. Cooper with a drive here to the near side corner. Dahl setting up to Hawley, who fades away, drops it inside the attack line, and she'll get the kill. Assist to Clara Dahl, who on the year coming into today, 409. That's assist number 410 for her on the year. Meadway back to serve. Drops a shallow one in. Trailblazers keep it alive as Mendez gets it across. Dahl to the near side. Hawley swings to the block, not strong enough. The ball's still alive. And the Trailblazers with Taylor send a free ball across. A deep ball. Triton with an opportunity. Here's Baker from Dahl. Drives it down. Trailblazers recover. Taylor rolls it across this time. Dahl pushes to the near side. Hawley's got to tip it near the net. They're going to say that Mendez was into the net, so a net violation on the Trailblazers results in another point for the Trojans. So Meadway checks back in to serve. Derek even trying to get his team set. Meadway with a deep serve. Nice serve there by Meadway. Haynes swings up front. Stopped by Dahl. Baker setting up Hawley, who sends a free ball across. No one's home in the front line. Miscommunication by the Trailblazers, and Triton will get the point. Meadway has done a nice job here serving. Sends that deep and across. Drops it right in that back line. Trailblazers still have a shot here. They set it across by Taylor. Hawley stands and plants her feet, and the senior drives that one down. Triton's passing on crisp and on point here in this first set. Outscoring teams are winning their first sets of the year 17-10. Is their record in the first set of matches this season. Coming off against a tough loss against Pioneer on Tuesday night. Taylor across the way. We'll leave it for Kohlberg. And that one drops inside the line. Kohlberg gets the kill. Zion Taylor back to serve. That serve curves out of bounds. Taylor, a very talented hitter, leads the teams in kills this season. And now Sierra Hawley back to serve. All seniors on the floor for the Trojans here in this first set. Hawley pushes to the back row. Pete put to the front line. Cooper going to leave it. As that hit there by Doss goes out of bounds. Trailblazers are getting some good passes. Just need to get on top of it and get a good swing. Holly with a deep serve out the back line. Out of bounds. Trailblazers get the volleyball back. Hard to believe it's the final home game of the year. We blink and fall sports are already on their way out. And we have, I believe, a rotation error by the down ref is making the call. Of course, it's official appreciation week. They got a gift tonight before the JV game. I like seeing officials get some appreciation. We do appreciate all officials. At least the IHSAA ones. I won't say much for the Iowa Indiana ones the other day. Either way.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. Don and Buck were confused too. It's okay. They were struggling. So just send Unger trying to figure out what's going on here. They're trying to figure out. There's a question on the serving. Taylor served the last time out. Yeah, Taylor served the last time, and her serve went out of bounds, had the serving error. They're trying to argue. The argument is currently that someone didn't rotate to the right spot. You know, in baseball, if you played second base, you just played second base.
Were they in the wrong spot before the last serve? Or
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's a matter of rotation right now where the lineup needs to be at. Now the up ref has to come down and try to sort this out. I mean, it happens. Substitutions go crazy.
Been a while since we've seen one like this.
Which is confusing because Taylor served the last time. Okay, well, we'll just let them sort that out. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be home for the boys versus the Comets. Hoosier North action tomorrow night.
There's no pregame festivities. This isn't the.
I don't think so. I don't know. You're a cheerleader. Is there any pregame festivities tomorrow?
Not that I know of.
Okay, well, there you go.
So we won't be on terribly earlier than we normally are.
Well, we'll be on for our pregame. So about 25 minutes before kickoff, we'll be on for our pregame. Braden and I'll do our breakdown, highlighting a few players this week. Should be a fun one. Well, I'll bet Ian's getting testy up there. 8 o'clock. He's got things to do. The Red Sox and Yankees are playing tonight.
Oh.
I got the breakdown. So they're going to let Zion Taylor serve again. I believe everything's sorted out. Appreciate the officials and everybody keeping cooler heads and sorting it out. Nice jobs by both sides. All right, so Taylor back to serve. And now Triton with an opportunity, setting up Dahl even for Veers Baker, who drives it down. Avery Veers Baker with her first kill of the night. 329th of the year. Averaging 12 kills per game, 4 per set this season, as KB will go back to serve. Try the underhand serve. That's a good deep serve, but didn't try to run him off the back line. It was a good attempt by KB. And Baker now will rotate in for Cooper for the Trailblazers. Sophie Howell will substitute out for KB. Nice job by KB. That was a good serve. Try to push him out that back row. And Triton's foreign exchange students, one of the 6 seniors here tonight, recognized. And Helena Mendez back to serve. A nice serve to the back row. Dahl leaving it for Veers Baker, who drives it down. Kind of that reverse set there to push it behind her, setting up Veers Baker, who approached well. Avery just, with authority, sends it down. Avery calm, cool, and collected, sends it down. Meadway's up in the front line. Look at that young lady send the block down. And a timeout for the Trailblazers. Trying to think, so we got anything interesting to note tonight?
Oh, she didn't give me the score, but the 6th grade A team won against Bremen, but the B team lost.
All right. Well, good. Oh, they got to
Did
play.
you already read the stats off from the Pioneer game?
Well, I didn't quite have them all. I have the scores. I had to put it in last minute. He didn't have men until like either this morning or late last night.
Oh, really?
Well, I didn't have on Max Preps.
Oh, but you don't get the email?
I don't get the email.
What?
I'm not on that email chain. I just go to Max Preps, and I type it all in my nice little spreadsheet that gets it all organized, which I got to tell Abby, thank you for putting numbers in so I'm not having to hunt and peck for players. Gets annoying about the third person through, but like I said, they lost in 3 sets, 27-25 and 25-21 the last 2. So Triton is 4-3 in the Hoosier North play this season, 17-10 on the year. They are 10-5 here at home this year.
And they have 1 conference game left at Caston.
At Caston, and that will be on next Tuesday night at Caston. They're at Plymouth, Caston, and South Central all next week, right before sectional play. I believe the draw is on Sunday.
Yeah, it'd have to be.
Okay. Pete up in the front row, tipped by Meadway. Ardea gets it across. Ardea and Meadway combine up in the front line. Good defense by the Trojans. Pete couldn't quite get that one to go back across, but great defense by Meadway and Ardea on that front line. Here's Baker, a deep serve out the back line, a line drive serve. Trailblazers coming out their last play against, I believe, a conference opponent, the Fort Wayne Canterbury. They're 2-9 on the year. Very young. I mean, they got some seniors on this group, a lot of juniors. Face some tough teams this season. Dahl up to Meadway, tipped up front. Triton now back on the attack. Sophie Howell setting up Dahl, who hits that one. Taylor stops it, and the Trailblazers have one more chance to get it across, and a balloon popped. They must have threw something off, but Taylor gets the bump kill. Okay. I don't know where that popped, but it was loud. I heard it. It didn't scare me. It wasn't no firework, but hey, Doss now to serve, and she gets an ace. Three seniors here on this team, Taylor, Cooper, and Pete. 4, 5, and 6 on the roster tonight. Doss again trying to push to the near side. And Sierra Hawley, nice job by her to run it off the line. So Triton will get the point. And Ardea back to serve. Anna settles in and pushes it to the near side. Baker in the front and in the middle, tips it in. Veers Baker keeps it alive. Hawley from Dahl gets it across. Mendez trying to dump it deep to the corner, and it works. And we'll credit her with the assist. So Jaslyn Pete back to serve. And now Ardea comes off the floor as libero Lydia Hammond checking in. And that back row is Sophie Howell and Veers Baker. Pete now to serve from the middle, and the back row hits the top of the net. Dahl to Hawley, who just tips it across. Trailblazers cannot get it back over. Dahl settles in, plants her feet, and drives it across. Pete brings it back into play as Veers Baker. Dahl to the near side to Hawley, who drives it down. Nice job by Sierra to pick up her 4th kill, 6th assist for Dahl. Sierra showing off the hops there with that one. Dahl with a line drive serve. Cooper going to leave it to Taylor on the far side. The left hand changes up speeds, tips it across. They're going to say the Trailblazers into the net. Taylor kind of almost crossed underneath. I didn't see anybody touch it up there, but the net moved, looks like, and that's the call. Now Chupp will check in for Howe. Taylor back across. Dahl dumps it, blocked up front there by Taylor. And trying to get called for a lift. Of course, most of those hairstyles tonight done by Abby.
Yeah, they were doing
absolutely hairstyles. Patent pending. Or I guess name copyright pending. Is anyone going to go with that? An ace there for Baker. I told Savannah she could try and do my hair, but then Sophie said she just shaved my head, so I don't know. Makes me a little nervous, some of those girls. There's only one human being that's allowed to cut my hair. Dahl to the near side to Holly, who swings it through, hits the top of the net. Holly to Dahl, give and go, tips it across, and gets the kill. Got to sign Jackson up for basketball today. So it's finally started. I can't tell you how proud I was to write his name and sign that.
You have to write a check.
That's Michelle's job.
Oh.
I'm not allowed to be in charge of money for our family. Not that I am bad with money. It's just better that Michelle's in charge. Kai Fear now checking in for Meadway, who gets a break. And Layla Haynes, the sophomore, back to serve for the Trailblazers. Pushes it to the side corner. Dahl to Veersbeck with the left hand's got to reach up there and bring it back into play. Mendez to Pete. Free ball and an opportunity for Triton. Dahl, Veersbecker drives it down. Good setup there by Dahl. I remember my dad signed my paperwork for me to play t-ball and basketball. You probably could read his handwriting and signature a little bit better.
Another rotation check here.
They're just making sure. It's good to double check. No, this is not a State Farm commercial. Robbins in the back row now for the Trailblazers. It's Pete on the return. Mendez setting it just over top of the net. Hawley on the return. Dahl drives it across. Taylor fading away, drives it across the way, but it goes out the back line. She was impressive in warm-ups. Very good hitter. She gets set up. Savannah, Hawley, and Veersbecker combined for the block. Of course, Savannah went over the 100 block mark this season, 103 coming into today. Nice play by Cooper to keep it alive. Chupp with a chance. Drops it in. Another assist to Claire Dahl. Of course, JV won in 3 sets tonight. Hawley now drives it. Pete on the return. Cooper setting up Doss. Hawley sends it across. Doss up near the front line. Veersbecker reaches up, top shelf, sends it down. No assist needed. We got. Hawley back across. Robbins on the return. Cooper hits the deck as Taylor rolls it across. Dahl setting up near side. Veersbecker tips with the left hand, but the Trailblazers are going to hit the net. The Trailblazers are going to take a timeout. Looks like a player might be shaken up a little bit. I'm not sure. Of course, we're not sure next week in away games yet. Schedule's pending if we're going to call any of those games next week. Other than football, we know we're going to definitely try to do. I haven't gotten the okay by Orion what we're going to try to do.
Well, let's see here. Well, Monday there's a school board meeting.
Well, that answers that question.
But, at Plymouth. I guess I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Is Plymouth any good?
I haven't looked.
Oh. We have to go to that.
There you go. We got Caden. We can make him go do.
And junior high, Monday night's a mess.
Well, we may be staying home Monday night, so maybe I'll go record if I get off work in time.
No, I'm not. If we're thinking about going to Plymouth, I'm not going to worry about the school board meeting.
Like I said, we can get it figured out. Time to yell about our phones tonight. Robbins can't quite get a beat on it. Sierra Hawley gets the ace. And now the Tower of Terror making her way in. I might be a little biased tonight. I got a rare, one of a kind. Well, I guess two of a kind. There's only 2 shirts made like this. I make nicknames, we get T-shirts. Taylor now. Cooper across the way to Doss, who hits it across. Hammond, Howe going to leave it for Holly, who tips it to the near side. Good heads-up play there. Trailblazers trying to get it back across. Too close to that. Veers Baker tips it with the left hand. Mendez dumps it across. Holly to Howe. Leaves it for Veers Baker. Swings, but that one goes into the net. I got my one-of-a-kind Tower of Terror T-shirt. You never listen to me when I talk.
What am I supposed to say?
I don't know. I figured you'd say
get
something.
One. I didn't get one.
Well, you didn't come up with the nickname. Taylor now to serve. Holly stops it. Sophie Howe leaves it to Veers Baker, who drops it in the corner. Now it's set point for the Trojans. As Veers Baker picked up her 5th kill of this first set. Sophie picks up her first assist, and she'll go back to serve. Set point here. Pete sends a free ball across. Triton back on the attack. Howe to Savannah Holly, and that ends it for the first set. Triton wins this one 25-12. We'll take a break. Be back here for the second set right on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's 1-car, 2-bedroom apartment with a home office/home gym insurance. We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen/art gallery insurance.
And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the 2-car garage/rehearsal space insurance.
Have you seen my hockey socks?
Have you checked your sock drawer?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, second set about to get underway here as Triton took that first set 25-12. 5 kills apiece for Hawley and Veers Baker. Clara Dahl with 9 assists, 2 for Sophie Howell. And of course, Chupp and Hawley both with a kill. And 3 blocks by my count for Veers Baker, Meadway, and Savannah Hawley. As we get ready to get this next set underway. Of course, like we said, tomorrow night we'll be at the Caston game. The Trojans out there on the football field tomorrow night. Trying to get back in the win column after a tough, close loss against North Judson last week. Their first conference loss of the year. A nail biter, 10-7. You wanted defense, you got it on for last Friday night. And Sophie carries Savannah out onto the floor. Well, there you go. Cooper, Haynes, and Taylor be the front line for the Trailblazers. Pete, Kohlberg, and Mendez the back line for their starting lineup to the second set. So it'll be Hawley Dahl, or Savannah Hawley, Clara Dahl, and I don't know if Veers Baker will be up on the front line or not. But Sierra, Sophie, and Kai Fear out there for a moment as Lydia Hammond will rotate in for Kai here momentarily. Lots of smiles and everybody being real relaxed tonight. Final home game here on senior night. Of course, now after next week, whatever games we do for sectional will be on the IHSA network. It will not be on YouTube. So you can try to go look there all you want, but it won't be any games there. But we will be on IHSA. I think all the sectional games are over at South Central. So Ryan's going to go scope that out on Thursday.
Try not to leave anything there.
Yeah, we don't need to make a trip.
I guess I could leave it the first time. We just wouldn't want to leave it the last time.
Yeah, don't leave it the second time. Hawley now to get the second set underway. Pete on the return. Kohlberg up to the front line to Cooper, who sends a high free ball, and then Triton will set it up. Sophie Howell, Veers Baker drives it down. Of course, we got headshots of a few seniors down there. The football players are holding the night. Cooper leaves it for Haynes, who sets it across. Sophie Howell leaves it for Savannah Hawley, who puts it to the back line. Triton dialing it up. Veers Baker from Howell, swings through. A good block up front attempt there by Haynes. But a good swing by Veers Baker gets the kill and the point, and Triton opens up with the first 2 points of this second set. All at the deep serve to the back line. Pete on the return. Mendez up near the net. No one else can make a play. Savannah Hawley to ensure it does not come back. Savannah's done a nice job there along the front line this season for Triton. As we noted earlier, Sierra picks up that ace. Over 100 blocks in the year for Savannah. Averages 3 blocks per match. Served by Sierra, goes out the back line. And now Chupp will check in for Claridol. And Cooper will go back to serve. Good hesitation by one of the players. Almost threw it and hit coach. Jacinda Unger giving the signal to Cooper, who has a nice serve to the middle. Sophie Howell pushes it to the back line. Up front. They cannot get it back across. Triton gets the point. Now Savannah goes back to serve. Kai Fear will rotate in, but Jillian Bulis, who did another outstanding job singing our national anthem here tonight, goes back to serve. Unfortunately, does not get that one to clear. So she'll settle back in that back line with Veers Baker and Sierra Hawley. Kai Fear, Sophie Howell, and Chupp in the front line for the Trojans. Zion Taylor back to serve. That one up off the net. Triton cannot make a play. It'll be 4 hits. My second favorite 6th grader rolls it across underneath the net. She knows she's got to be second. She can't be first. An ace for Taylor. Now Claridol back in the ball game. 1 point separate either side here. Triton with the lead 5-4. Back-to-back aces for Taylor, who knots it up at 5. Done a nice job in these last 3 serves. Claridol leaves it up to the middle to Veers Baker, who uses the left hand, changes up speeds and drops it down, and Kai Fear gets hit. Hope she's okay. And kind of collided. We'll take a quick break. Eric will take a look at her, so just go ahead and play a commercial real quick. We'll be back right after this.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance. We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Good to see Kai get back up on her feet. That was a nasty collision with Claridol. And Meadway's going to check in for her. Hope Kai's okay. Up on her feet, got up on her own power, so that's good. So Claridol now to serve, back in action here. Triton with a 1-point lead. Cooper leaves it for Pete, who swings, tipped up front. Dahl pushed the near side here as Veers Baker drives it and drops in the back line. Saw an opening and used it. The Tower of Terror, Addie Stichter will rotate in for Sophie Howe and go to work on the front line. Dahl is served into the middle row, in the middle of the back row. Haynes drives it. Meadway. Took that one kind of awkwardly. A good front line play there by Pete. Triton gets it back across, and no one home for the bump kill for Claridol. Both sides trying to get some work done on that front lineup along the net. Taylor cannot recover. Now Savannah will rotate in for Jillian Bulis, who will quickly spin around. The libero will check in, and Lydia Hammond. Trailblazers back across the other way. Dahl sets up Addie Stichter, who drives it through the Tower of Terror, gets the kill. And a timeout for the Trailblazers. Their first timeout here this second set. Let's see, we were at the junior high football game the other night. The junior high won 26-0. I got to watch that.
They played 2 quarters of a seventh grade?
Of a seventh grade, we only got a quarter because we were only told a quarter.
Oh, yeah, I know, but they played 2.
They did play 2 quarters, so yes, they did play 2 quarters. We only caught half of that. We already hit record, and they were going back out. I mean, we thought everybody in the press box was leaving. But nope, they did good. I mean, the future of Triton football looks bright. A lot of good athletes and some good young men getting ready to come up here into the high school level next year. Braden, of course, I get the rundown from the coach himself. So Trailblazers trying to find some momentum here. They knotted it up at 5, and Triton has gone on a 5-0 run to put themselves ahead here in this second set. Now the up ref gives the okay. It's Clara Dahl with an ace. As Colbert couldn't quite get it squared up. Triton's third ace here of the night. Cooper across the way to Pete, who drives it through. Here's Baker the stop. What a play by Pete on the front line with the block. Nice job there by Jaslyn Pete. Did a nice job defensively and right on the attack on the front line on that one. Trying to get things sorted out down there on the floor. Looks like another rotation. Check. So now Haynes gets the okay to serve. Drives it across. Hammond to Stichter. Drops it down. Here's Baker now back to serve. Avery settles in, sends a line drive to the back line and picks up an ace. Avery again, this time the net denies it. Coffin now to check in for Fears Baker. Mendez back to serve for the Trailblazers. Here we go. That one drops in the inside corner, and what a serve by her for the ace. The 5th one tonight for the Trailblazers. third of this set alone. Kaufman changes it up. Dahl with the bump set to Holly, who drops in the middle of that line. Nice job by Pete to get up there and drop it in. Pete's made a couple nice plays here in this second set on the front line. Mendez goes out the back row. Emily will come off the floor. Savannah will check on the Holly sisters and Addie Stichter now on the front line for Triton as Hammond serves it away. That one out the back row. Holly with the stop. Savannah Holly gets the pass from Dahl. They'll reset. Taylor with the right hand swings it down. The tip there by Dahl gets it across. As Verdine brings it back into play, and their hit goes out of bounds.
Eric got lucky there. He wasn't even paying attention.
He was. It's like he's using the force there. He just kind of knew where it was at. Didn't need to move. All business. He's been doing this long enough. He can tell you where that ball's going to go. Sophie Howe goes to the back line as Taylor from Mendez swings, drives it through the block, gets the kill. Now Cooper rotates in for Baker. As Doss goes back to serve. Up on the return. She'll plant her feet, get it across. Mendez answers. Sophie Howe and Sierra Holly collide, but they get it across. Taylor rolls it and gets the kill. And Haynes will check in for Verdine. Trying, the hitting error goes in the net. The Trailblazers draw within one. Kind of saw this in the second set of the JV contest where the Trailblazers came to life. Doss's serve goes into the net. Kohlberg will check in for Doss, as Sierra Holly goes back to serve, so Triton has gone full rotation on their serving lineup here in this second set. Cooper trying to play it off of the net. Tough place to make a play like that. 3 points separate the two sides. Holly goes again. Haynes sets it, but doesn't quite clear the antenna. Out of bounds it goes. The Career Academy used their second timeout here in the second set. Well, I didn't completely lose my mind on Monday night. I kept it reeled in. Caitlin got to see what I look like when I get into a ball game that's not on a broadcast. We thought we scared her.
I must have fell asleep before halftime.
They played well. The weird thing is, and it's the worst stat ever, that is the first time in 38 games they had a running back run over 100 yards for Denver. 38 games, and we couldn't get anybody over 100 yards. You got to be kidding me. Come on now. Oh, now it's done with now. Hopefully it won't be another 38. Oh, that was rough. So Sierra now to serve. Gets an ace. Pete now leaves it for Cooper. Now Cooper passing it to Taylor. Here's Baker. The block up front, strong by Taylor. What a play up front. Good timing and deflection down. Saw an opening in that left front. Got her hands turned the right way. Nice job by her. Cooper back to serve, down by 4. Holly Veers Baker drives it down, tipped up front. From this angle, looked like it was tipped.
I'll watch that replay again. Slow it down. It's kind of hard to tell.
It looked like he might have touched in the right front is where I thought the tip was. You have the replay screen, I don't, so we're going to take your word for it. I know Big Ten's got those cameras in the net. Good attempt by the Trailblazers to try to get it back across. They do not. Triton hits the 20-point mark.
Oops. Oh, look at it again.
Okay. Savannah back to serve. Taylor on the return. Cooper leaves it for Mendez on the left front. Here's Baker, drives, blocked again by Taylor. What a play. Bulis will now check in for Hawley. Out to the near of the line. Avery punches it across. Pete from Cooper. Here's Baker from Chuck. Count that one. Triton now trying to take control to end this second set. 4 points away as Addie Stichter and Claire Dahl both check in. Kai Fear back in the ballgame on the front line. Cooper to Pete. What a hit by Pete. Good approach and good swing. Cooper with an outstanding assist. Doss checks in as Haynes goes back to serve. Trying to claw their way back into this one. Kai Fair blocked up front by Pete. Dahl passes it behind, sets it from behind there, and the Trailblazers recover. Good defense by them. Dahl, Veers Baker rolls it to the middle, no one home. It's Avery's 12th kill. And Dahl's 13th assist. By my count, those are unofficial. Now Verdine will check in. Avery sends it that one into the net. Knew where she hit off the hand. Mendez. What a play by Sierra Hawley to get it back into, to revive it. Dahl gives her a chance to end that point. Verdine with the dig. Doss gets it across. That one up near the net, and it's going to hit the antenna out of bounds. Now Savannah rotates back in. I'm pretty sure Coach Evelyn has used everybody down there addressed tonight. on the bench. Of course, all 6 seniors played for the entirety of that first set. Mendez. Sierra sets it across, now trying with another opportunity. Dahl, Sierra Hawley blocked up front. Pete again. Four extremely violent blocks here on the front line for the Trailblazers defensively in this second set. At least they sound good when they make contact with the ball. Hammond to the front line. Hawley claws and knocks it across. Now Lydia Hammond back to serve. Up by 3. Triton's libero drives it across. Verdine with the return, but we're going to get an overpass call. I think that's what that's called. And then push the near side. Pete wants it back. She'll attack from beyond the line. Dahl to the near side. Fears Baker rolls it across. Kind of a curveball going across there. Baker up front blocked by Sierra Hawley. Savannah Hawley and Sierra fighting hard there all on the front line. Good play by Baker for the Trailblazers. Career Academy dialing something up on the front line. The Tower of Terror combining with Savannah Hawley. I believe Hawley picks up her 3rd block. First one for the Tower of Terror tonight. Doing a nice job on the front line. Mendez back across. Dahl dialing it up to Hawley. The block goes out of bounds, and Triton takes the second set 25-19. We'll take a break back here for the 3rd set right after this.
Some see a student athlete working on his shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a student athlete working on his shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, third set about to get underway here from the Trojan Trench. I'm Andy O'Hara. With me here tonight, we got Caitlin and Caden on our cameras, and as always, the Hall of Famer Ryan Lemon here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSA Champions Network as Triton took that second set 25-19. Trying to pick up their 11th win here at home. Last time these two teams met, Triton won that one in 3 games. That was up at Career Academy last year. I got the rundown after a phone call. We were in the hospital this time last year. Pete now to get it underway here. This third set and an ace. What a serve by that young lady. Sixth ace for this team here tonight. Hammond handles it. Baker gives it to Holly. Free ball now and an opportunity for South Bend Career Academy. Taylor swings, but drives it in. It looked close on that back line. It looked like the line from here. Mendez. Taylor gets that one from Cooper. Triton dialing it up again. Baker from Howell. Drives in the middle. Sophie's 6th assist. 13th kill for Avery here tonight. Cooper to the far side to Taylor with the left hand, tips it. Baker from Hammond. Savannah Holly goes top shelf and keeps that one alive. Sophie Howell dialing it up for Savannah, who goes to the back line. Mendez and Colbert kind of miscommunicated there. Didn't quite get the play where it needed to go. Now Sierra back to serve. Triton trying to get it back set up. Baker swings and drives it down. Of course, a little bit of an end of an era tonight. The last ball we're going to have playing volleyball. The last Veers playing volleyball. I don't know what to do next year.
We got a pretty good 8th grade team coming up.
That's what you said. Good serve there by Cooper. Holly from Howell out the back line.
It was out.
It looked out to me from this angle. All right. Savannah deep serve this time. Taylor goes to Mendez, who gets it across. Triton now going to dial something up here. There's Baker, rolls it across. Pete with the dig. Haynes sets it across. Nice find there, but that hit go out of bounds. It's a good set, good recognition by Haynes to work that left side corner. Of Triton. And Brooklyn Robbins back to serve. Dahl leaves it for Baker over the front line, drops it down. Kill number 15. Dahl serve hits the top band of the net. Doss hits it across. Dahl to Holly, tipped up front. The Trailblazers get it back across. Good effort. Here's Baker, swings, deflected by the net, 4 hits. Good scramble by the Trailblazers leads to a hitting error for the Trojans. Taylor now serves that one. Dahl pass behind. Veers Baker swings, drives it down. Taylor with the dig, still in play. Kai Fair dumps it across. Veers Baker now going to set it back. Give and go with her and Dahl. Here we go. Winds up, changes up speed. Up over the front line. Good change and up by Avery. Gets the point. Addie Stichter now rotates in. I watch that a lot in the Big Ten where they like to change up their speeds. It's a lot of fun to watch. I think I watched Oregon and Purdue the other night. And a bump kill for Avery. Missed timing there on the pass. Points resulting for the Trojans. Taylor gets up under her feet, sends a free ball across. Dahl leaving it for Hawley, swings through the block and drops it down. Her 8th kill of the night. And a timeout for the Trailblazers. That'll be their first here in this 3rd set. Triton hits the 10-point mark.
I did pull up those stats from the Pioneer game.
It looks like you're reading them.
Avery had 13 kills. Sierra had 9. Savannah Hawley had 5. For assists, Claire Dahl had 14. Sophie Howe 9. Lydia Hammond had 2 aces. She also had 10 digs. Veers had 8. Sierra Hawley had 8. Dahl had 7. Savannah Hawley had 7 blocks and Veers had 4. In that JV game that Triton won 25-23, 25-20, Jillian Bulis had 10 kills. Briley Sheets 6. Jada Bulis had 13 assists. Also had 5 aces, and Sheets had 3. Bulis had 8 digs. Borsa has 7. Kai Fear had 3 blocks. Avery Faulkner 2. And they're 18-6 and 7-0 in the HNAC.
JV's done a nice job this year. Future's bright down there, the Big Blue Slam. Very good freshman class, and sounds like a pretty good 8th grade class coming in next year to be freshmen. Here's Baker on the serve. Taylor. Mendez, they'll give the give and go behind. Good swing. Kai Fear keeps it alive. Here's Baker, drops it across. Trying setting it up. Hawley drops it down. That's Dahl's 20th assist of the night. Mendez gets it across. Stichter. Robbins up near the net. No one can make a play on it. Points belong to the Trojans as Meadway rotates back in. For, I believe, Kai Fear. Good to see Kai back out there after a nasty collision earlier. Here's Baker with an ace. It's her 2nd tonight. Team 6th. Career Academy's done a nice job. They got a lot of good hits tonight. The JV played really well as well tonight. Mendez to Doss, who gets it across. Only 3 seniors for this Trailblazer team. That one goes out. And Ardea going to check back in for Veers Baker. Mendez to serve. Hammond stops up near the net. Dahl going to push to the near side to Holly. Tips over the front line. Pete with the answer. Mendez, good find to try to stretch the defense. Dahl going with the bump set to Holly. The free ball's across. Robbins, good communication. Mendez going to leave it this time for Pete in the middle. Swings, but couldn't quite time it right. Goes into the net. The libero rotation. Sends Savannah Holly to the front line. Lydia Hammond back to serve. Miscommunication in the middle. Hammond back across. Taylor. Shot by Mendez to put on the brakes, not keep it alive. And Dahl kicks, puts that one in. I saw someone use that the other night in that game I watched with Purdue. They kicked the ball, and it is a legal thing. I mean, you got to, like, you don't swing like a soccer ball and kick it, but you can put your foot out. If it goes off your toe, it works. It's a legal play. I did not really know that. They explained it well in the Big Ten. Holly drives it across, and we're going to get a player for the Trojans into the net. Sophie Howell rotates in for Stichter. As Kohlberg back to serve. One of several juniors on this team. Holly from Howell. That one goes out the back line. Kohlberg dials up another one. Howell sets it behind to Holly. Mendez leaves it for Pete. They're going to say she was into the net. That's the call by the down ref. Haynes leaves it for Baker with a left hand swing, strong, but doesn't quite keep it in play. Of course, we know that sectional coming up after next week. 5 of the 7 teams in sectional 51, all with 10 or more wins. Sectional 51 might be interesting here. Baker sets it across. Shupp tips it. Mendez to Haynes. And the dig by Holly goes out of bounds. Triton right now with the best record as far as 17-10 today. Elkhart Christian 14-11. Culver's 14 of 11. South Central's 13-10, and North Judson's 11-14. So it could be interesting. It could be a dogfight. We have played everybody. We've lost to Culver and Judson.
Yeah. Culver.
Culver
was a tournament.
And so the Judson win was at a the win there against Judson was in a tournament as well.
So we split with who we've lost against.
Yes, we split. So I mean, it's going to be a tough sectional. I think we should be in for a good one. Make that drive.
And then we'll play South Central before.
Yep, and you get to scope it out and make sure everything's ready to roll. Taylor tips it across to the left hand. Holly calls for it, drives it to the back line. Pete up near the net, no play for Cooper. But Kohlberg comes out of nowhere to keep it alive. And the hit goes out of bounds. What a scramble by the Trailblazers. I thought the play was dead on the net, but good job by Cooper and Kohlberg to keep it alive. Baker now, the left hand, sends that one deep at the back line. The camera guy doesn't move. Good. So Jillian Bulis now to rotate in. Triton hits that 20-point mark. Trying to take tonight's game in 3 sets. Cooper to Mendez, who sets it across. Holly to the near side. Veers Baker drives to the block and deflects it out of bounds. For Avery, that's kill number 18 tonight. Taylor now. Cooper going to set it right back up to her. She'll swing from beyond the attack line. Had a good approach. Just couldn't quite get it to clear. Dahl rotates in for Chupp. And KB back in the game for the Trojans as she'll rotate out with Sophie Howe. Always like KB's enthusiasm. Cooper dumps it across. Now Dahl going to leave it near the net. Veers Baker swings, drives it down. That was a rocket. She pulled back. Good job by Holly to back her up. Give and go from Dahl. That one time it drops. 21 assists for Clara Dahl. Bulis again. Pete on the return. Up front, Clara Dahl tips it back. And Triton gets the point. Match point now for the Trojans. And we have a player down. Pete's down for the Trailblazers. Hope she's all right. Didn't see what happened. I'll tell you what, the South Bend Career Academy team has played with a lot of energy tonight. I got to talk to this coaching staff. One of the coaches used to be in charge of the South Bend Tribune being delivered down here.
Oh.
Yeah. Very nice coaching staff. They were very nice to talk to. They helped me with my pronunciations
She just
tonight.
took a bad tumble back there.
I hope she's all right. The hardwood is very unforgiving. Again, join us tomorrow night as we'll be live from the Trojan Tundra for Triton and Caston's Friday night game. Good to see Pete get back up. Might have had something going on with her arm. Hope she's okay. She's a tough player. Been a lot of fun to watch her play tonight. Meadway to check back in for Kai Fear. And Jillian Bulis, match point now for Triton. Bulis drives it. Carberg on the return. Cooper leaves it for Mendez, who sets it across. Meadway to Dahl. Veers Baker to end it. Good heads-up play by Mendez. Give and go. Dahl leaving it for Veers Baker up near the net with the left hand, and Triton will go into the net. Doss rotates in. Haynes will go back to serve. And that's going to do it. Triton's going to win 25-11 here. They take it in 3 sets, 25-12, 25-19, and you just saw there 25-11. Leading the way for Triton tonight with the kills with 19, Avery Veers Baker. 9 for Sierra Hawley, 2 apiece for Stichter and Savannah Hawley. Clara Dahl and Chupp both with a kill apiece as well. Clara Dahl led the way, 21 assists, 9 for Sophie Howe, 1 apiece for Hammond, Meadway, and Chupp. Sierra had 3 aces tonight, 2 for Veers Baker, 1 for Clara Dahl. And then Savannah Hawley with 3 blocks, and all with a block here tonight. Dahl, Meadway, Veers Baker, and Addie Stichter all tonight with a block in that department. Leading the way with 3 kills was Taylor for the Trailblazers. Pete had 2, 1 apiece for Mendez, Kohlberg, and Haynes by my count. 3 assists there for Mendez, 2 for Cooper, and 1 for Pete and Kahlberg. And, of course, they ended up having several aces tonight. Mendez with 1 for Doss, 2 for Taylor, and 1 apiece for Pete and Baker. We're going to hang it up here from the terrace of the Trojan Trench. And until next time, remember the Trojan way.